So Holly, you're telling me that the things that I used to eat when I was a kid is coming back?
This might sound a bit weird, a bit interesting. It's one of my favorite trends.
Imagine it's 3 years into the future. Gen Zs are slowly coming into the workforce and becoming a top consumer, meaning they have more money to spend and are looking for the right products to satisfy their needs. But what exactly are they looking for? What products and industries are booming? What are they wearing? What are they eating? Well, if you're thinking of starting a business, these are really important questions to consider. And lucky for you, we have those answers. We teamed up with our friends at Future Laboratory to find out what the top business trends in the next 2 to 3 years will be. Keep watching to find out what products Gen Zs will want most in the wellness, fashion, and food niches, and how you can get ahead of the competition and start your very own business within these niches. But before we get into the details, let's play a little game. Comment below what you think some of these trends will be. If you get all 3 major trends right, you might get a little surprise, but you have to watch to the end to find out what that surprise is. Okay, so back to our friends at Future Laboratory. If you don't know who they are a consultancy firm based out of London, UK. They help businesses plan for the future by sharing insights and studies on what they predict will be the biggest product trends. I spoke to Holly Friend. She knows a thing or two about upcoming trends, and let me tell you, that last one had me shook.
Hey Holly, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
So my question for you, Holly, is we're 2 years in the future. Hopefully past the pandemic, everything is great. What trends are you seeing in 2 years' time if I wanted to start a business now that I can lean into a trend from 2 years from now?
So if we start thinking about the trends we're going to see in about 2 years' time, and one trend that I've been keeping a particularly close eye on is called positive downtime. Consumers are backlashing against what is the cult of busyness, the fact that in the past we were so busy, we wanted to do so much, we wanted to be our best selves all the time. And actually now we're realizing that it's okay to be doing nothing, and it's okay to step back and reset your priorities and really think about what in the world matters most to you. And the pandemic has really accelerated this trend, and a lot of these mindset shifts that we've seen are going to be quite inbuilt and ingrained into consumers over the next couple of years. And this will drive this trend called positive downtime, which essentially means giving people the time they need to decelerate. So putting that time into your day, creating products, creating services that enable you to slow down and actually reconnect with yourself.
Positive downtime as a trend makes a lot of sense. As consumers try to stay away from the busyness of life and slow down, they will want products that help them do that. So what brands are doing this right? I asked Holly.
So we're seeing lots of brands actually who are starting to enter this positive downtime market, and they're using their products to target Gen Z and allow them to basically reclaim self-care practices. So self-care is something that's, been talked about for the last few years. It's become a bit of a buzzword. It's kind of lost its meaning. But what we're seeing is that these new brands are actually kind of drilling down into the real meaning of self-care and creating products that allow consumers to reclaim some of these daily rituals. So one of my favorites is Chill House. So this was a wellness company based in New York who used to have a physical spa, but of course during the pandemic they had to rethink their priorities, they had to shut down their spa and focus on the in-home wellness instead. So they launched this range of face and body oils which have product names like Have a Chill Day and Have a Chill Night, and it's all about chilling, it's all about taking time for yourself. These were all launched with the mission to minimize routine and maximize rituals. So it's all about, changing the marketing of this. It's not about your beauty routine. It's not about a 12-step routine. It's about a ritual that you do to make you feel good rather than to make you look good.
Young people are reframing at-home guilty pleasures as tools to switch off from the chaos of the outside world. It's no coincidence then that self-care is now an industry estimated by Harvard Business Review to be worth $11 billion in the US. So what kind of businesses will be able to cash in on this trend? Chill House is a great example, but self-care isn't the only way to have positive downtime. Activities that help calm and soothe the mind are also great business ideas. Launched with an aim to help the world slow down, Wild creates products to make the the minutes melt away. Its collection of design-led puzzles is purposely designed to be challenging, encouraging players to celebrate their achievements by framing the finished puzzle as a piece of artwork. So, if you're thinking of starting a business within the wellness niche, think of products that will capitalize on the positive downtime trend. Some ideas can be products associated with relaxing, like candles, loungewear, and spa treatments, hobbies and activities like puzzles and games, or leaning into the activities you can do at home, like cooking and home improvement projects.
Other than positive downtime, what other trends are you seeing right now?
It's been hard not to notice that cancel culture has really been affecting retailers, especially big retailers. But what this means is that small businesses and entrepreneurs actually have an opportunity to kind of fill that gap that have been left by those big businesses that might have been cancelled or backlashed or boycotted for unethical and unsustainable practices. And what this means is that independent retailers are building these new models around social enterprise and cultural identity.
According to Shopkick, 39% of US consumers are actively researching companies' values and practices to ensure they align with their own personal beliefs. Whether the product in question is circular, independently made, or from a Black-founded brand, we're seeing a future in which both sellers and customers will gravitate towards platforms that are openly values-led and purposeful. As part of this, consumers are more aware than ever of the impact of their spending on local and smaller communities. In this emerging age of value consciousness, 42% of consumers say they now pay more attention to the origin of products.
It's not about hiding those people. It's not about kind of sugarcoating your supply chain. It's about putting that out there and highlighting the artisans who make those products, whether it's, by name, having a profile, having a video about them. And a really great example of this is Maida, which is a small business and online store based in New Mexico. And Maida basically creates work by indigenous artists around America's Southwest. And during the pandemic, they experimented with this profit sharing model to make sure that all of its artisans got really fair payment and all the profits were split directly between the brand and who actually created it with their very own hands. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that, like the empowerment of the real people behind the products.
So how do you lean into moral commerce? Well, first interpret the need. What problem are you trying to solve? It's here that you will define your brand's sustainable practices. Do you aspire to use eco-friendly fabrics? Give a percentage of each sale to a worthy social cause? Support a sustainable innovation? Do as much research as you can about the type of product you want to put out there into the world. And once you answer these questions, find a manufacturer that also aligns with your values, and be very transparent about where each one of your products comes from. Tell stories of your artisans. Consumers want to feel connected to your brand and feel like they know you. Really lean into this when marketing your product.
So other than the trends that we just discussed, is there anything else that's on the horizon in the next 2 to 3 years that you see being a big trend for entrepreneurs?
So this might sound a bit weird, a bit interesting. It's one of my favorite trends, and it's essentially a food and drink trend about the blurring of the worlds between health food and junk food. And nostalgic product categories are booming, and they're going to continue booming in the next couple of years as Gen Z reach an age where they want to kind of look back at that age when they were eating sweets for dinner, they were snacking on cereal late at night, and they want to recreate those behaviors in their day-to-day lives, but without sacrificing their health, because those products traditionally would have been full of sugar and full of high calories, fat. All of these nostalgic food products have been kind of outed as bad for you, which is obviously a massive shame and something we don't really want to think about.
As Holly mentioned, nostalgia is a huge trend that isn't going away, and these next companies are doing a great job at combining that nostalgic feeling with a health-conscious recipe.
This leaves a really exciting opportunity for small business owners who are operating in food and drink, because what they can do is they can market these new food and drink products that are nostalgic, they're colourful, they're playful, they're retro, like, for example, Schoolyard Snacks, which is a really exciting new brand that's creating all these retro treats that imagine what you ate when you got back from school before dinner time. These new nostalgic foods have to be functional, and they have to consider things like emotions and mood, which is something that Gen Z are hyper tuned into. And, everyone talks about the fact that Gen Z are dealing with so much more stress than any other generation before them. And this has only naturally made them very anxious. And therefore, they're looking for these new food and drink options that actually have functional benefits to improve their mood. And one great example of this, if you're not sure what the hell this looks like, is Off Limits cereal. And this is a new cereal brand. But essentially, all of their different products or the different flavors are catered for a different emotion. So if you're looking to be calmed, you're looking to be reinvigorated, there'll be a different cereal flavor for you.
Considering that in the US alone, the percentage of consumers who want functional benefits from their food and drinks has risen from 37% in September 2019 to 51% in May 2020, shows that brands like Off Limits and Schoolyard Snacks are on the right track. A good place to start when thinking of starting a business like this would be go back to your own childhood. What snacks did you enjoy? What nostalgic treat would make you feel happy and calm? I think for me, that would be Dunkaroos. Oh my God, is that a business idea? Okay, so positive downtime, moral commerce, and kidult eats are the 3 trends you'll see boom in the next 2 to 3 years. Going back to the guessing game at the beginning of the video, did anyone get all 3 of these trends right? Oh, and the prize if you did? Well, not only are you a genius, but if you started a business today using any of these insights, you'd be on track to be very successful. So which trend did you like the most? Let us know in the comments below.